In today's headlines, murder and attempted murder over the holidays in the Q-Town area. A man who escaped custody just before the holidays. An update on the 2018 murder outside of Club Med.
From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providenciales, your number one source for news, I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Wednesday news edition right to your door. Newswatch starts now.
Newswatch learns of a murder and attempted murder over the holidays in the Q-Town area. While investigations are still in the early stages, here's what we can say of the incident thus far.
Police have shared information on that Q-Town incident that left one man dead and a woman in hospital fighting for her life. However, Newswatch has put its ears to the ground and found that robbery may have been a motive. Police say around 9 p.m. on Tuesday night, they received reports of the incident in Q-Town, and when they arrived, discovered the lifeless body of a 39-year-old man with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. Moments later, a 34-year-old woman was seen in a vehicle nearby, injured by multiple gunshots. Sources tell Newswatch that the man and woman were in the process of closing a shop in the dockyard area and were approached by gunmen who attempted to rob the place. No word on whether any items were stolen during their pursuit. The perpetrators shot both victims. The man didn't make it. The woman is said to be in hospital fighting to stay alive. We've also been told that a number of robberies took place on Tuesday night, and as we await confirmation of these incidents by police, the public is asked to practice extreme caution. If anyone knows of any of these crimes, please call 911. A safer community begins with you.
Since police had their hands full over the Christmas weekend, looking for a man who escaped custody just before the holidays. Here are the details.
Police, after issuing this wanted poster for Renardo Clark, aka Dusty, made good on their investigations over a month later when they were able to locate and detain the 32-year-old at a gas station last Thursday night. He was wanted for a firearm possession offense. However, his detainment was short-lived. Newswatch learns that Clark managed to escape custody from the police station where he was being held, and the reports on how he made great his escape sounds like a scene from a movie. It is reported that Clark, or Dusty, assaulted an officer by poking him in the eyes before wetting the floor, which would disable other officers, preventing them from maintaining a strong stance to catch up to him due to the wet tiles. Within seconds, it is said that Clark escaped from the precinct and disappeared into the night. Newswatch has received no word from police on whether or not the man was since captured. Hence, if anyone has any information regarding his whereabouts, you're asked to call 911 or leave tips anonymously at 1-800-8477.
It's time for a quick break. When we return, more Newswatch.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
New developments are being reported in the case of the American woman found murdered outside of Club Med in 2018. Details coming up.
The murder of Marie Kunla, a 61-year-old U.S. attorney, remains unsolved some 3 years after her lifeless body was found in bushes near the Club Med resort. Kunla was traveling with two colleagues from the Legal Aid Society of Suffolk County, where she worked in a family court division. Kunla went missing on October 15th, and a day later her body was found bruised in a clump of bushes. The medical examiner later determined that she had been manually strangled. New developments in the case come from an NBC New York report on December 24th. That report points to a private autopsy report which alleges that the woman was engaged in a violent struggle at the time she was killed. A private investigator hired by the Kunla's family is quoted in the article as saying that this wasn't just manual strangulation from behind. Eddie Dowd told NBC New York that the woman was beaten up and that the first sign of assault was bruising on her rib and on her feet. He says her underwear was inside out and pulled away from her private area. Dowd previously told NBC New York that it didn't appear Kunla had walked to the location where her body was found. He alleged that the woman was either murdered where she was found or later dumped there after the killing. The investigator and Kunla's family believe there was a cover-up from the beginning from the Turks and Caicos Islands Authority, allegations that have been denied. In May 2020, it was announced that the family had filed a $10 million wrongful death lawsuit against Club Med. In that lawsuit, they fingered a guest who was also staying at Club Med during the time the deceased and her two friends were also guests. Frank Yakula, a former employee of Club Med, is named in the suit as having sexually assaulted one of Kunla's friends. The court papers accused Yakula of killing Kunla, as he was the last person to see her alive, and Club Med of covering up the crime. For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Iles.
We take another look at the country's COVID-19 dashboards as, after maintaining steady lows, cases begin to fluctuate once again. Here's a look.
With family gatherings increasing and holiday events in pursuit, COVID-19 numbers have unsurprisingly spiked this holiday. As of December 27th, active cases were at 115 after a steady flow in double digits as low as 46 just last Tuesday. Since then, numbers have gone as high as 133 just a few days ago. With over 80% of the adult population vaccinated, these numbers seem to be less triggering as they would have been, say, earlier this year. However, officials are still keen-minded of the new variants that are emerging, most recently the Omicron, which is said to be the most transmissible, even more so than the Delta. The Ministry of Health also a week ago reported the country's 26th COVID-related death, which reminds us that while a vaccine has become available, COVID-19 remains a severe illness for persons with impaired immunity. Hence, the public is asked to take the necessary measures at not only protecting themselves, but their loved ones. Newswatch spoke briefly to the Minister of Health last week regarding their interest in attaining the new COVID-19 pill Paxlovid, which has just received emergency use approval by the FDA and is shown to reduce the risk of hospitalizations and death by 89% if used as advised. We tell you more about that conversation in a subsequent newscast.
We'll be right back when we return your weather forecast. Sister Craft Market Souvenir Shop. Come and visit us for your travel keepsakes, keychains, artwork, t-shirts, clothing, jewelry, and many more. We're located at the Lower Bight gas station in Providenciales, and you can contact us at 649-341-3070. That's 649-341-3070. Sister Craft Market and Souvenir Shop.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
We now take a look at the weather forecast and we start on Grand Turk. On Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 75. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. South Caicos on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 75. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. On North and Middle Caicos on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 82, low 75. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 75. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And finally on Providenciales for Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 75. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Sunrise at 6:26 a.m. and sets at 5:17 p.m. High tides 4:02 a.m. and 4:25 p.m., while the low will be at 10:28 a.m. and 10:28 p.m. That was a look at the weather forecast. We'll be right back with more News Watch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future. I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV. We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
The TCI Airports Authority has cleared up rumors related to a diverted American Airlines flight headed to Providenciales from Dallas, Texas on Boxing Day. Take a look.
The government is seeking to correct an improper narrative regarding a flight diversion that occurred this past Sunday. In a statement on the issue this week, the government states that the American Airlines flight that was scheduled to arrive in Providenciales on December 26th was diverted to Miami, Florida from Dallas, Texas. They say that a number of social media posts have painted an improper narrative with suggestions that this was as a result of excessive flight arrivals and terminal passenger capacity. The government categorically states that this information is incorrect. They say, quote, "The diversion was caused not on account of anything done by the Turks and Caicos Islands Airport Authority, the air traffic control, nor it being busy, but rather occurred as a result of issues between air traffic control in Miami, Florida, and the airline." Quote, "No other information was divulged on the matter, but the government is seeking to reassure the traveling public that the Ministry of Immigration and Border Services, as well as the Airport Authority, will continue to provide, as much as possible, a seamless and convenient travel experience for passengers." For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Isles.
That brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.